The brutal reality about dropping out of college is that unless you are going to go into the trades and pursue a lucrative career with your hands, learning real world skills, then you are going to have to get incredibly creative and work like hell in order to build the life that you want. Because the tough truth you don't want to hear is that you have nothing to offer to the world. Now, of course, if you're one of those dropouts that happen to hit the lottery, or just so happen to come from a family that is worth a lot of money that you can lean upon, you're going to have to think outside the box. You're going to have to work a lot. You're going to have to sacrifice friends, family, time at the bar, time at the club, time doing leisure activities. Because the thing that I've realized at 26 going on 27, something that has only become more and more prevalent in my mind, something I've become more and more aware of as every single day passes, is that your time is ticking. Now, if you're 16, 17 and you're not sure about college, you're in a great position because you still have some time. Weigh the pros, weigh the cons, consider what you really want out of life. I know it's a lot to think about at 16, 17. I remember what I was like. I didn't have a fucking clue. All I knew is that I wanted to rap and I wanted to smoke weed and I wanted to drink. Very simple carnal pleasures. So if you're in that position, I get it. You're in a privileged position because you have time, but you're in a disadvantaged position because you don't have the context and you don't have the thinking capacity to figure this out. Now, if you do have the context and thinking capacity because you are wise beyond your years, you're going to get this right. Or at least you're going to make a decision that is likely better than 99.9% of people in your position. However, if you're 19, 20, 21, and you just dropped out, I got news for you. The clock is ticking, and it's ticking fast. Because I'm 26 going on 27, and every passing day I get older. Every day I age is a day I get closer to being pushed aside, to being kicked out the door. Because there's a new generation coming up behind me. And I know it sounds weird to say. It sounds weird for me to say right now. Think about it, 26, 27, already a new generation? Yes. Generation Alpha is growing up, and Generation Beta just got born, which means that before you and I know it, assuming you're someone in your early 20s, I'm not in my early 20s, but I still think I am, your time is ticking because they're going to take your position. They're younger, they're cheaper, they're hungrier. They will take your job. They will take your position. They will outthink you. They will outsmart you. They will be more in tune with the times. So if you want to build something on your own, if you want to create a life on your own terms, if you want to become a digital nomad, if you want to build an online business, if you want to become a streamer or a professional content creator, anything that has to do with the internet and making money online in the new world, the real world now, because outside, it's not real. Yes, it's real because you can perceive it sensually, but it's not as real as the internet is. The internet is where everything happens. So if you want to build a life in this new world, the internet, the real world, then you're going to have to get going now because you don't have the time to waste. I can tell you that because I wasted a ton of time I could have used to build momentum. How many times I self-sabotaged in grand fashion or slightly less grand fashion, in small ways, in subtle ways, things I didn't even know I was doing that I only figured out months down the line or years down the line that were thwarting my progress, that were holding me back, that were stopping me from running at my full capacities. They were like the things on Forrest Gump's legs, the braces that were preventing him from moving. I had these braces on my legs and my arms that were preventing me from going. And they were there because of me. You don't have time to keep them on. You have to break free of the chains, the psychological chains, the emotional chains, the chains from the past. You have to break free from the chains of your family, from your friends who say, dumb idea, you shouldn't have dropped out. Bad call, Jethro. Should have thought this over some more. You have to break free from all these chains, and you have to get going now. Because this world is cruel. It's tough to get a job even if you're qualified. People with college degrees, people who have incredible CVs, incredible resumes, great ideas, great skills. They're more than qualified for positions. They can't even get hired. So how are you going to get hired? Mr. I read about ancient Egyptology on a Reddit forum, and I watched Eternalized on YouTube and studied Carl Jung's shadow and his archetypes for humanity. How are you going to get hired? People with legitimately great ideas and CVs can't get hired, and you have a little bit of YouTube watch history, and you're going to get hired. You're not going to get hired. You're not going to make any fucking money. And I know this because I've been driving Lyft and Uber for 5+ years full time. I've taken 17,500 rides, going on 18,000 rides. I've done it in Pittsburgh. I'm doing it in Chicago now. Money is there, but it's not easy to come by. You got to work. You got to work a lot. You got to strategize. You got to be out here hustling. You have to put the time in. You have to rework your entire life around when you're going to make your money. If you're in the serving industry, you know that. If you're going into the serving industry, you better get to know that. And or you're going to get to know that once you start bartending, once you start waiting tables. You got to work your schedule around when you're going to make money. If you're stripping, you know that. You're working nights. You're working late nights. Whatever it requires. If you're working at the Amazon warehouse, I've driven plenty of you folks up in Moon, back in Pittsburgh. I know you. Shout out my boy Nick if he's watching this. My homie. Miss you, bro. Great talks late night in the car. But man, oh man, you're going to have to structure everything around making money. And in your off hours, you're going to be tempted to relax. You're going to be tempted to chill. You're going to be tempted to put on a movie or hang out with your girlfriend, your boyfriend, or go out and have fun. I know I was especially tempted early on after dropping out of college because I still felt like I was in school. I was 19. I still felt like I was in school. I felt like I should be partying. So I spent time at Slippery Rock even after I dropped out. I spent time at Slippery Rock when I was 19, 20, even 21, I believe, if I have my timeline correct. So I spent time at Slippery Rock like I was still going to school there. Not so much to the point where I was living there, but I went up fairly frequently. I went to OU. I partied. I went downtown. I hit up Southside, North Shore. I was going hard because I felt like I had time. You have no time. Dana White said it. You have no time. He knows better than I do. But I can tell you too, you have no fucking time. Life is moving by so quickly. At this point, 2 weeks feels like one day. 3 weeks feels like one day. 4 weeks feels like one day. A month feels like a day. The year can really be broken down into 12 to 36 days, depending on how you look at it. That's how quick time is going. Before you know it, 2025 is going to be over. We're going to be in 2026. Before you know it, we're going to be in summer of 2026. Maybe the economy collapsed. Maybe it didn't. I feel like it's already kind of collapsed. I feel like it's been that way for 2-3 years. But in any case, before you know it, talking to me, I'm going to be going on 28. And then I'm only going to be 2 years away from 30. And 30 is still young. I'm not even in my prime. But it's going by quickly. So unless you're willing to ruthlessly attack life, to work the hours you need to work, to make the money you need to make, to invest in your business, to invest in new equipment, to invest in assets, Bitcoin, Ethereum, cryptocurrencies, to invest in stocks, real estate, whatever it is. Unless you are willing to treat yourself like a business, to treat yourself like an entity, to move through life ruthlessly, like you are running a bank balance sheet, like you are Jamie Dimon operating JP Morgan Chase, unless you are willing to look at the world like it is a monopoly board and you are acquiring territory, like it is a game of risk and you are moving your troops here and there, unless you are going to strategize like a general with this grand strategic vision of how you're going to make it, you're not going to make it. Tough to say, you're not going to make it. And this is coming from somebody who might not make it himself. Realistically, it's possible. I might not make it. At the time of this recording, I have 653 subscribers on YouTube. I have songs on Spotify with 40, 50,000 streams, 130,000 streams. Got 2,000 monthly listeners. Got a bunch of fans in South Africa. Shout out to South African fans. I want to go to your country. I love what I see on Google. I love the comments. You're fantastic people. I want to meet you in person. I want to shake your hands. And I want to get to know your way of life because it seems beautiful. Because you are beautiful people in everything that I've seen. But even with that being the case, even with me having built a portfolio that is very impressive for being 26 going on 27, considering I dropped out of college and have no marketable skills outside of 3 years of sales, doesn't mean I'm going to make it. But I can tell you, you're definitely not going to make it if you don't get going now. Because, man, oh, man, if I was 21 and I was hearing this, I would have got off my ass and I would have done some shit. I would have been ruthless. I would have never drank again. I would have never smoked. I would have never done blow. I would have never been partying. I would have never been dealing with chicks. I would have been go, 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 every single day, 7 days a week until I finally did it, until I bought myself some breathing room. Because, man, oh, man, time moves quickly, life is moving quickly, and it's getting even crazier because when I was 21, 22, and this sounds so old head, so unkish, but it's true. When I was 21, 22, a mere 4 or 5 years ago, the world was not going as fast as it is now. We all know what happened. We know AI is taking over. We know jobs are getting replaced. We know the world is not the same. We know people are strange. We know there's so much tension, blah, 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 blah. We can talk about the issues forever. But back then, I felt like I had time because it really did feel like I had more time. But now, if you're 21, 22, and you feel like you have time, okay, you're loony. You don't. In fact, if you think you have time, after listening to this message, seeing the look in my eyes, and listening to me speak, you're definitely never going to do shit. You are going to rot in your bed, and you are going to live a miserable existence, perhaps one with a chip in your head, and you're just going to be like Aldous Huxley in Brave New World. It's not quite what he said, but same deal. In any case, don't waste time. Get out there, do something. Film videos. I just filmed a video on not waiting for authority to speak on YouTube, to speak on TikTok, to speak on Instagram. Don't wait for authority. Your authority is gone. Watch that video. I'll pin it in the comments or I'll have it somewhere on the screen so you can watch it. I'm not sure how that shit works. In any case, I'll see you in the next video. Much love, peace. It's the new Da Vinci. Get out there, get grinding because you have no fucking time. Bye-bye.